Hello everyone. So my name is Sagirah Shahid and I'm going to be reciting some poems. I told Tony a while ago that I would recite some poems live, but I never got around to it, so I'm going to do that now. And also play around some filters, because why not? We can't go outside except for exercise and stuff, which is it's a blessing. So I'm going to start out with a poem that I wrote a while ago that always just feels like it captures some of my this is just weird looking at multiple faces, but anyways, it captures a lot of my feeling around tragic situations, and I feel like we're in a really rough time. So anyways, I'm going to recite this poem called The Art of Burning. Again, this is Sagirah Shahid. I don't know if I should wait for people to come or if I should tell my friends to come to this, but I don't know, we'll see what happens. Alright. The Art of Burning. The soil was so bad, even the weeds played dead. But there goes my brain on fear. Watch the flicker of homes I grew up in. Here, the sunset prayer I kept missing. Sunset might as well be the sky's rust, the day they stop announcing which one of us has been gunned down. Is the day I stop swallowing the day. But here is my heart on a sleepless night, and there is the moon, and there is the moon as an ashtray. So that's the first poem. Yeah, so I'm reading these from my laptop. I don't think you can see that, but shall we pick another filter? Let's have some fun with it, huh? Let's see. I don't know if anyone's watching this, which is alright with me, honestly. Let's pick. This one looks fun. Ooh. Alright. So this poem I wrote in this community space that I hope that you all consider joining, an online space called the Sunflower Room. I created the Sunflower Room about 2 weeks ago after posting this question on my personal Facebook page. I was like, hey guys, if I write daily poems, will you write some poems in return with me and put them in the comment section? And because of the response to that, I was thinking, it might be a little bit chaotic to have a ton of poems in my comment section of the post. So I thought maybe in an effort to organize that, we need an actual room, an online room. And that kind of snowballed into just a general kind of art making and creative expression space called the Sunflower Room, where folks from all over the world actually are sharing art of all kinds, or just expressing themselves and affirming each other, and preserving a kind of peaceful space where all are invited to participate in art making of any sort. So anyways, you should join the Sunflower Room. I'm going to read one of the poems that I wrote in the Sunflower Room. It's called A User's Guide to Communal Grief and Trauma. And again, I'm going to keep changing these filters poem by poem. Alright. A User's Guide to Communal Grief and Trauma. This is a guide to help you navigate your current circumstance. In life, there are two kinds of people. There are the people who have carried their griefs and traumas with them their entire lives. And then there's you. What you need to know is that there is no joy that is not also, always, almost on the edge of breaking with you and your family. But joy is a thing worth harvesting, worth protecting. You might notice there are whole communities still laughing and quite functional. This is not because we are insensitive. This is not because we do not understand the news. We understand. We read everything twice. You have doubted the severity of our norms, current or otherwise, which is to keep going, and laughing despite grief and communal trauma. Of course, there will be memes and recordings of us sticking our tongues out at the grief, of us shimmying or hitting falsettos at the trauma, new or otherwise, that so far keeps haunting our every generation. We are haunted and laughing at it, because how else to keep from breaking? Cut loose. At the cookout, with the jokes marinated in between the sweet tea and sweet potato pie and Al Green crooning in the background, all ethereal and shit, or playing dominoes and everything halts, and we crowd over by that one auntie who has just arrived with the peach cobbler that none of us know how to make quite like she do, so we savor it, its juiciness, of its scarcity. We reflect upon reflection. I can't help you navigate what you never saw to begin with. It was never my job to convince you of this pain, of my community's pain, to begin with. So that's that poem. Let's change the filter again. Let's have some fun. What are the options? I've never done this before, like a live filter changing. Let's see. Ooh, I like this. All right. So, this next poem, I'm a little weird, is a poem that I wrote a while ago. It's thinking about all of the amazing folks that I know in my life, amazing Muslim women, especially Black Muslim women, who don't have themselves reflected in any sort of mainstream media in a significant way, in an intentional way, in an ordinary way, or an extraordinary way. And that's not negative in the portrayal. And so I was thinking a lot about, like, what if there was an action-packed movie, a superhero movie, where there were these amazing Black Muslim women. And so this poem emerged out of that. It's called Invisibility. In the movies, my mother is always rescuing someone. My aunties are the lookouts. They pull up in a rust-colored station wagon with larger-than-life rims that might as well be earthbound moons. In an original cut of the very first of these films, my mother was played by a light-skinned actress in a frumpy scarf who couldn't even pronounce God the way my mother do. So we swapped her out for a woman closer to my mother's hue, hijab on fleek. She knows how to douse Arabic with our vernacular, and so both languages are black seed oil and shea butter and tea tree oil and Vaseline and sandalwood and emerald oud dabbed on in glossing open palms. There are so many of these movies now, of crime-fighting Black Muslim women snatching bullets out of thin air with their teeth, slapping the taste out of a politician's mouth and stealing on some fluffed-up tyrants with your uncle's big old walking stick. Each one of these movies has a version of a scene where she resuscitates the day with some ingenious roots and juice concoction or one go-to recitation of a verse everyone who isn't us just assumed she wouldn't know because her last name is Jackson or Shabazz or she didn't have a kimar on. Even our own men, they try to take all the credit. And these movies, when she rescues them, it's usually mid-backflip, pre-uppercut, her whole body and soul a magnificent flex in these movies. When the credits roll, they play a Native Dean track or that doo-wop song or all of SZA in the background. Alright, so that's, I think I'll do maybe like one or two more poems. Maybe two, yeah. Two more poems. Change the filter again, because I'm just honestly, well, I'm just like a little bit bored, so I'm just these filters. Comments if you like playing with filters too. If you're an aged out millennial, like if you're an older millennial and you're still learning technology, or not, you could be of any age and still learning technology. This one's kind of annoying though. Okay, so this next poem that I'm gonna recite is also from the Sunflower Room. Ooh, I like this one. It's also from the Sunflower Room. I think I'm gonna collect this one. This is called The Good Days, because we need some good days in our life, right? Yes? The Good Days. And it's an original, so I wrote them sharing my own original poems, not jacking anyone else's poems from the Sunflower Room. My first kiss happened beneath an elm tree. That's a lie. My first kiss happened after we'd eaten Burger King and reeked of ketchup and greased French fries, and he drove his father's car somewhere near Lake Nokomis. We were 17, and the kiss was awful, awkward, and that was a good day. That time my aunt yanked my first loose tooth out by distracting me with a midnight Twilight Zone marathon and a stick of Big Red. Yank! The gum was there, ready and waiting for my hand after she forced me to gargle salt water. A good day. Those elongated minutes during the 5th grade spelling bee. I forgot how to spell the word spring before the whole gym turned auditorium while the microphones screeched and my classroom arch nemesis taunted my blunder, basked in it even. A good day. That I have not been able to spell a thing aloud ever since. A good day. To remember the one time I rode my bicycle into a tree. I saw it, but boom. A good day. That one time I sat in someone else's pee. It was July, and the bus was crowded and sweaty. Standing room only, and I had been standing all day behind the register of some restaurants and thought it fortuitous to notice the one vacant seat near the back door and swish, someone else's pee. A good day. To remember all the ways I have and haven't loved, and been broken-hearted, and been the heartbreaker, and whatever we are amicably calling the thing in between. When you gradually say goodbye to that somehow changed love, and cherish that pain, the ambiguity of hurting, a triviality I think I took for granted. And this is a good day. Yes, this one. I was a catcher once. And I remember the first time. I felt my hand become a mitt. I felt connected to reaching up and catching a thing thrown at me, almost as if it were trying to find the full extent of my body's reach. Yes, this is a good day for hot baths and blowing soap bubbles and basking in unfiltered sunlight and letting it reach you, the sunlight and the small houseplant, tilting its buds back, as if the young and almost flowers yearn to be caught too. Alright, so let's do one last poem. Thank you to whomever is watching. And maybe I'll do no filter this time. You know, keep it real. I don't know, I like playing though. I change my mind so often. This is like a kind of filter. This is called Sacrificed in This. This is another Sunflower Room poem. So basically, in conclusion, just come hang out in the Sunflower Room if you want to. Sacrificed in this. The wick dipped in flame follows. The outstretched shadow against my outstretched shadow against the wall. Here I am flicker. Bend your dim torch to the casted me, rendering down the night's waxy hour, and between my neighbor's breathy coughs, echoing through the apartment walls. I lit a candle until it was unwinding origins, soy palm or flaxseed oil, illuminating the candle makers of old, how they purified the tallow, cow's meat, smelt, olive oil, or wellheads, even a bee's wax, the tiny creature's home, sacrificed in this human desire to undo darkness. Sacrificed in this, the tiny creature's home, even a bee's wax, olive oil or wellheads, cow's meat, smelt, how they purified the tallow, illuminating the candle makers of old. Soy palm or flaxseed oil, unwinding origins. I lit a candle until it was echoing through the apartment walls, and between my neighbor's breathy cough, rendering down the night's waxy hour. Bend your dim torch to the casted me. Here I am flicker, my outstretched shadow against the walls. The wick dipped in flame follows. All right, so thank you for entertaining me. I'm a weirdo, so I'm gonna end off on this weirdo note. Y'all have some fun. Take care of yourselves. Live your best life. Stay healthy. Enjoy yourselves. And be kind to one another. Check out the Sunflower Room. Hey, bye.